Before we start this conversation, let's begin as we always do with what I call a tour de table, and have each of you tell us your name, what you do, and why you're interested in this topic. So we are going to try to keep this individual introduction to about a minute. So why don't we begin with Rob?
Hi, my name is Rod Sage.
Rod.
I am the head of digital strategy and programs at Fiduciary Trust Company International, based here in New York City. And why I'm really passionate about improv is that oftentimes when you're a leader in the company, you get fired off with a million questions at any kind of town hall or meeting. You need to be able to respond. And you also need to be able to engage your audience, especially when you're trying to affect change. And improv has really helped with those skills.
Very nice. Exciting to hear more. Jamie?
My name is Jamie Cummings. I'm a corporate improv trainer, which means I come into companies and organizations and teach them improv, as often as like a team building exercise, something like that. Sometimes just after work, once every couple of weeks for fun. I've gone into companies and done that for like months at a time. And it works on in a corporate setting, it works on collaboration and brainstorming and public speaking and all these things it's amazing how many things that are skills that are helpful in improv scenes that are also helpful in a corporate environment.
Wonderful. Okay, great. Kate?
My name is Kate DeFeo, and I'm a longtime educator. So I've always taught within the artistic world. And I started out teaching children theater, and then I moved on to teaching teens fiction writing. And when I found long form improv, I began performing it, and then realized the strong passion I held for it, and could not wait to start bringing it to as many people as I possibly could. So I currently run a small business called Fohi Improv, located here in Forest Hills, Queens, where we teach adults. It's in Jackson Heights and Forest Hills right now. Teach adults long form improv and the skills that go along with it.
Great, cool. I definitely have to try. And finally, Gabe.
Hi, my name is Gabe Capone. I'm a writer and improviser. I currently work as a creative director at an advertising agency here in New York City. And I've done improv for many years. I worked with Kate, as we talked about before, in two-prov. And at work, improv has always just been sort of a part of my day-to-day. I've always kind of made stuff up as I go. But improv helped me hone those skills. I do a lot of presentations. I have a lot of interactions with clients where I have to think on my feet. And just a lot of discussions with people internally. And improv has always been this great skill that I sort of learned through different techniques. And I just think it's a day-to-day advantage that I have when I work with other people. And I think everybody should do it at one point in time. And improv, when it's done well on stage, I always feel like it's magic. It's this sort of moment where everybody kind of is in this rhythm where they're all just agreeing and building something together. And that kind of happens day to day in lots of jobs and happens in mine.
Wonderful. Well, that's so exciting. You probably don't know that, but in a past life, I was actually an actress in France, taking theater classes with a renowned French teacher, and his name, I think he's still alive, Jean Cochet, until I made different choices that led me to tech, business world, and eventually in the US. So for that reason, I'm very excited to learn and listen to you four as we discuss improvisation in the workplace. To give some context before Kate leads us into this conversation, Kate and I met at a conference, and I truly enjoyed the exercises that she made us do. Surprisingly, in a very short time, we were able to trust a stranger and rely on them. The exercises were just hilarious, as I remember, but also profoundly true. What Kate taught us is how to behave in an unknown environment. And I remember tweeting after the conference how losing our sense of self was a bridge to connect with someone else. So with that in mind, why don't you lead us, Kate, in that discussion? And perhaps you can start by, but it's up to you, answering a couple of questions such as, can improvisation create a more productive workplace? And how can we become better leaders through improvisation?